Hello. My pretties. You're just so pretty. Hi guys, I'm Shelley. Welcome back to my channel. And what looks like a different setup, but it's not. Technically I'm sat in the same space. I just have you pretties. Cannot tell you how happy I am with my new bookshelves. If you saw my last video, I had a bit of a meltdown trying to put books back on these shelves. Yeah, it took a while, but we're finally at a place now where I think everything is roughly where I want it. So yes, all my babies are back on my shelves. Some you haven't seen in a very long time because I had to stash quite a lot of books at my mum's house. So they've come back. So I thought I would give you, excuse me, you'll have to excuse the voice, it will go. I thought I would give you a quick rundown. I say quick, it's probably going to be a very long rundown of where everything is. And the new setup, pretty much in the same setup as they were on the floor when they were in piles, but there's some new things. As I said, there's some new babies and some old babies, and there's a little cute thing on here that I don't think I've mentioned on YouTube yet, so you will see in a minute. So let's get started on the bookshelf tour. I've never done one of these before. So the filming of this is probably going to be super dodge, super shaky, and probably going to take me a couple of days, but we're going to attempt it. Let's see how far we get, shall we? So 2 sets of bookcases, and down the bottom are 2 drawers that don't open properly because I was left alone with the instructions for 5 minutes. I won't be putting anything heavy in them. So starting with the bottom shelf, I've put all the heavy books down the bottom because I'm scared if I put them up the top that the bookshelf will fall over and all hell will break loose. So basically we have all of my sort of art books and annuals. We have a copy of the Kama Sutra. I found it at the book bar and it's like this old 1970s art version. I just found it hilarious and I wanted it. Spice Girls. This takes me back. I think I got this like in the 1993, 1995, around the girl power time. It's the Spice Girls annual. It just makes me happy. We have the post-secret books. We have encyclopedia for Doctor Who, because I'm a Whovian. Then we have, I don't know if anybody knows about this, if I mentioned it before, the happiness jar. I came across this idea on social media like 5-6 years ago, where we forget so many random happy things that happen in our lives. So this was, you get a little scrap of paper and you write down something just random that's happened to you that was really happy that day. And I started this like 5-6 years ago. The jars have gotten bigger and bigger over time. So if I pick one out randomly for you, we have a corkscrew from a bottle of champagne that me and my best mate shared, or I had a glass of it. She had to drink the rest of the bottle because I can't drink very well. Back in 2019, September, I put the date on it. Just a great memory. And it's just filled with bits of paper like that. Then we have the graphic novel section, which is guarded by V for Vendetta, funny enough. In front of V for Vendetta, we have the Heartstopper books by Alice Osman. I cannot tell you how much I love this series. The 3rd one is coming out, I think, like next week or the week after that. I've already pre-ordered a signed edition because I'm that person. And we have just, what is that? I don't know what this one is. This is A Sprinkle of Lesbian. That's a short story. That's not, see, things aren't in the right place yet. That's a short story. That is not a graphic novel, so that should be there. We have all of the Firefly comics because I am obsessed with Firefly, so I got them in the graphic novel form. I love these so much. There's also the backstory of Book in there, The Shepherd's Tale, which if you've watched Serenity or you've watched Firefly, you want to know what the hell Book story is, get A Shepherd's Tale because it tells you everything. And then there is the comics of Orphan Black. So going up a shelf, we have dystopian sci-fi, very shaky hands. We have, I can't believe my mum found this. This was sold in like a really posh shop that I now can't remember the name of. Oh god, Harvey Nichols. So if I move that out of the way, we have the Ugly series, Salt and Stone series, which only had 2 in it. I really wanted the 3rd one, but I don't think Victoria Scott ended up writing it. Contact by Carl Sagan, which I only read recently, but I'm obsessed with the film, so I wanted to know if it differed. We have a very cute I got this for review, a very cute and small version of The Course of True Loves and First Dates by Cassandra Clare, which is an offshot of the Mortal Instruments series. Loved it. We have 12 small stories of the Doctors, all different Doctors from 1 to 12, which I'm slowly getting through, slowly reviewing. I'll get there in the end. Hunger Games series, and then I brought back from my mum's house the red set of the Vampire Academy, because it took me so long to get the whole set in red, and I loved it so much that I had to get it. And then of course we have our 3 Doctors: Grumpy Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, and David Tennant. I'm whizzing through this as fast as possible, we could be here a while. We have the hardback special editions and or signed editions of things. An absolutely remarkable thing, Hank Green's first novel is signed, I believe. Again with one of the specials, Fault in Our Stars, John Green. The Greens have got to stick together. I do have another Netherware. I do have Morgan Neil Gaiman, but that is a signed, illustrated, slightly illustrated edition, I believe. Excuse me, people, out the way. Yeah, this was a special edition illustrated by Chris Riddell, which, was it Riddle? I don't know, Riddle? I love Neverwhere so much I had to get it. American versions and hardbacks of Fangirl, my Becky Albertalli section, my Carrie Hope Fletcher section, which has gotten quite big now. I believe 2 of them are signed? I can't remember. These aren't signed, but they're kind of difficult to get hold of, so special editions. Moving things out of the way, we have all of my autobiographies. I think 2 of these are signed, but I'm not sure. And yeah, okay, this is a teddy bear sucking himself off with a Henry the Hoover. I got this when I was 13. I thought it was the height of comedy when I was 13 because I was that kind of teenager. It's still there just to remind me what an absolute dick I was. And then of course we have some daffodils. You know, I'm partly Welsh and it's that time of year. Down here we have my Welsh section. 2 little Welsh dragons. A heart that says friendship, I believe, in Welsh. I've really got to do more Welsh speaking and find out what that says. And then another little heart that all of these I think my best mate gave me because I love my Welsh heritage a lot. I'm kind of obsessed with it. So they went there. Another shelf. We have the YA. It's not really YA. I don't know what this section's called. It's the miscellaneous section. So we have all the Sisterhood of the Travelling Pants section. Then we have a Rainbow Rowell section. Another Fangirl, but I like to keep the paperbacks because I write in them and stuff. So kind of the first time I read it was in a paperback form. Yet another edition of The Fault in Our Stars. You're going to see quite a lot of this. This was my first ever edition, so it has all my notes in it. All my annotations from the first time I read it and cried quite a lot. And my first copy of The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which again made me cry. A lot of these books made me cry. Then we go on to autobiographical sort of, so stories of people's lives. And a little cast guarding Family Don't End in Blood, which is stories from Supernatural, the TV series. We have This Star Won't Go Out by Esther Earle, which is linked to The Fault in Our Stars, and another Carrie Hope Fletcher because this was her sort of autobiographical advice book that she did. And One Last Good Night, which is a beautiful story of a girl I know who unfortunately committed suicide but had to have help from her mother because she was so badly ill with ME she couldn't deal with living anymore, and that means something to me because I knew them, and it's just very hard to read, but it is a beautiful read at the same time of the love of a mother for her daughter. Okay, do I need to explain why 50 Shades is on my shelf? Excuse me, Gorilla. 50 Shades is on my shelf because I read them and they make me laugh, and they're just, it's funny. People comment on it and it makes me laugh. All the David Levithan books, all of the gay. This is the gay section. So we have all the David Levithans, all the Becky Albertallis, Call Me By Your Name, The Love of My Friggin' Life. No, I haven't read the second one yet because I just can't bring myself to read it yet. So this is the gayest section ever. There's some Harry Potter stamps. Move out the way. What's back here? More gay. Oh no, this is my... What section is this? This is my non-Pratt section, and then I ran out of gay room, so Jack of Hearts and other parts also. And as you can see, more different wallpaper. Each one has a different one. So down here was blue. Down here is sort of a bluey green. We have all different setups. So going up to the top of the bookshelf, right at the top of this one is a huge plushy Stitch that my dad and my stepmom got me for Christmas, which I hugged all of New Year's. They gave it to me on New Year's. I just hugged it all night because it was very squishy. This is my nan who passed away in November. I'm going to get that wrong. October, sorry. It was right at the end of October, so the October-November switch last year. And some daffs next to her to keep her company. And I am going to stop it there and do bookshelf number 2 another time because I'm knackered. That was a lot of talking and I'm very dyslexic and I'm tripping over my words. But that's bookshelf number 1 so far. Let the wait around, or probably next week will be bookshelf number 2. Or, you know, never, because I forget that I'm doing this series, which is probably what's going to happen. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah. This is new to me. I don't usually do things like this, so I don't really know how to end this, except for I hope you enjoyed it. And that was my books. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.